Hey everyone, my name is Amina and welcome to the Weird Money Mindset, where you have to be weird to win with money. If you are weird with your money, you know that saving is important, and it often means reducing expenses and making some temporary sacrifices to build a savings foundation. Weird people know that having zero savings can be risky because it leaves you vulnerable to unexpected expenses and sudden financial emergencies. If you are normal with your money, then that means you're just beginning your savings journey. Here are 5 tips to get your savings off the ground. But before I share my list, I want to clarify the assumptions I'm making about you, the viewer, so we're on the same page. First, I assume that you already have a budget in place and that you actively track your expenses. This means you know exactly what every single dollar is going each month. If you are not currently budgeting and tracking your spending, that needs to be your first step to begin your savings journey. Without a clear budget, any additional money you bring in will likely be spent without you realizing it, and you'll find yourself wondering where it all went. Second, I assume that you have a completely separate bank account dedicated to savings. Ideally, this means you have accounts at 2 separate banks, one bank for your everyday checking and daily spending, and one bank where you keep your savings completely separate. Having your savings in a different bank creates a mental and physical barrier that makes it less tempting to dip into that money for everyday expenses. And finally, I assume that you have a full-time job but feel like you don't make enough money to save consistently. You may feel like there's no extra money left at the end of the month, even though you're working full-time. This list is written with that situation in mind and focuses on ways to create savings even when it feels difficult. Now, here are the 5 tips. Number 1, cut out all non-essential subscriptions. We all have a long list of monthly and yearly subscriptions that drain our wallets. If your goal is to save money, it's time to take a hard look at each one and ask yourself whether it truly serves a purpose. Only keep subscriptions that either directly help you earn money or are essential for your health, well-being, or employment. For example, if you're paying for streaming services like Netflix, Disney Plus, or HBO Max, but aren't earning money from using them, get rid of them. There are plenty of free alternatives available. Redirect that money to your savings account. Number 2, work overtime. If your job offers overtime opportunities, take full advantage of it whenever possible. Say yes to extra shifts, stay late when it's allowed, and look for any chance to add more paid hours to your schedule. The more hours you work, the more income you generate without needing to learn a new skill or start something from scratch. Make it a personal goal to be known as overtime king or queen at your job, which is the person who is reliable, available, and willing to put in the extra time. When you get paid, have your overtime pay directly deposited or transferred into your savings account. It's important that you don't get it mixed up with your regular pay, because it's far too easy to spend it without thinking. By consistently putting your overtime earnings into savings, you can significantly increase the amount you save each month. Number 3, get a part-time job. If your full-time job doesn't offer overtime pay or extra hours, consider adding a part-time job to create an additional stream of income. Look for work that fits around your existing schedule, such as evenings, weekends, or flexible shifts. The job doesn't have to be perfect or permanent. It just needs to bring in extra money. Whether it's retail, food service, delivery, freelancing, or gig work, even a few extra hours a week can make a noticeable difference in your savings. And look for work from home jobs or a job that is close to where you live, so commuting does become an added burden. A nearby job saves time, energy, and transportation costs, making it much easier to stay consistent and show up for your second job without feeling burned out. Number 4, move back in with a family member. If you have a strong relationship with your parents or another trusted family member, and they are willing to let you live with them for little to no rent, it's worth taking advantage of the opportunity. Housing is often the largest monthly expense, and reducing or completely eliminating rent can free up a significant portion of your income. That extra money can be redirected towards savings. For example, if your rent is $1,000 per month, moving back home could allow you to save an additional $1,000 every month. And moving back in with family is not a failure. It's a smart strategy because you give yourself the chance to save money and set yourself up for long-term financial success when you move out the second time. Number 5, get a roommate. If moving in with a family member isn't an option, consider getting a roommate. Sharing a living space with someone you trust can significantly reduce your monthly expenses, especially when it comes to rent, utilities, and other household costs. Splitting these expenses makes living more affordable and takes pressure off your budget. This will allow you to keep more of your income. The money you save each month by not living alone can be put towards savings or other financial goals, which will help you to make progress much faster than if you were covering all the costs on your own. Now, if you are normal and want to be weird with your money, you need to put deadlines on all of these strategies. Weird people make temporary sacrifices until they reach their financial goals. Eventually, we sign up again for Netflix or Disney Plus. Weird people know that it's not realistic to work overtime or 2 jobs forever. When you do that, you miss out on birthdays and holidays and opportunities to build relationships. But we could do it for a year or until we hit our savings goal and then go back to regular schedule. And I know that I wouldn't want to live with family or have a roommate forever. There's nothing better than having your own space. But like I mentioned earlier, rent is expensive. A weird person could easily save $12,000 by living with someone for only 1 year, or save even more for a down payment for a home by living with someone for only a few years. So if you're serious about saving, don't be normal, be weird. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with a friend who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more personal finance tips. I'll see you next time.